want to know the first time you met Wu. Because was it you met RZA first?
I met RZA 30 minutes before the rest of the guys. So I met him on my birthday, March 2nd, 1993.
Okay, wow.
And RZA I've been trying to reach him since the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And I'm in New York for my 31st birthday. Mm-hmm. And I'm working out of the RCA building. And I think it was on 6th Avenue at the time and like 43rd Street. And they said, there's a Prince Rakeem. I'm like, you're kidding me.
What, you didn't know Prince Rakeem was RZA?
No, there was no RZA yet. It was just Prince Rakeem.
You knew him already. Yeah, because he was already an artist that was out.
Yeah, but I didn't know him personally. I knew who he was.
Right. But you said you were looking for him already.
I've been trying to reach him. He didn't have an answering machine. Like all that, if you saw the show, you really, he shows up. I'm with E Swift from the Alcoholics.
Right.
Shout out to E Swift.
Right? So the office is no bigger than this table.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he comes and he goes, the guys are downstairs. You mind if they come up? I'm like, yeah, no problem.
So, did you know it was 9 of them?
No. Right?
I can picture this right now. So continue.
They come up, they say, we got a video.
Right?
You have a video?
Your neck.
Yeah, okay. Protect your neck. So they put the video in and they start performing. So some guy comes in a jumpsuit. So I don't know if he's in the metal. I don't know who he is. He comes and slams the door, says, that's that shit. Comes in and goes out. I've never seen him again. I still got $1 million check waiting for him. And I signed him I don't know if they set me up and they hired this guy to come in as an actor or if he really
worked. You never asked them if they didn't see it.
I mean, me and RZA, like, RZA is like, he gives me a smile. Like,
right.
And we signed him, the deal was done within like 2 weeks.
Wow. And I know this is a cliche kind of question, right? But some people could just see talent off top, and sometimes the talent has to be proven. Did you know off top by looking at them?
I mean, the energy.
Okay.
Like, how do you not? I mean, Dirty doing his verse to protect your neck.
Wow.
Like standing on the desk. Meth.
Wow.
Did I know 35 years later that they'd
Yeah, because we take it for granted now, but even the name Wu-Tang Clan sounded crazy when you first heard it.
Well, I mean, that W to me is in the top 5 brands in music, right? You have the Rolling Stones tongue, you have the Grateful Dead skull, and then the Wu W.
Yeah.
And I know. So.
That's what's fucking amazing, man. This is hip-hop music. Hip-hop was predominantly at this time was not known to cross over. And when it did cross over, it was looked at like, it's almost frowned upon. Wu-Tang was one of these groups that crossed over that they never compromised their music. It always stood the same. It always sounded street. Was it ever a time where they tried to change that? Like, I'm talking about not the group. I'm talking about you signed with BMG and all these other like.
If they did, I would tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah,
right?
Because
I never considered myself an A&R guy. To this day, I don't consider myself an A&R guy. I consider myself a marketing and a promotion guy. Right. So I own the name Street Team. Right. And that's all.
That's fire.
I know how to do. Like, when I left from Loud to start SRC Records, I thought I was going to build Loud Point 2, right?
Okay.
But Universal didn't understand street records, right? And God blessed me with Akon. God blessed me with David Banner with that, and then it was like, I found something, we just moved, and I just found something where, Akon had the #1 and #2 pop record in the country at the same time. And
what was it? Clap That?
It was Smack That.
Smack That?
And I Want to Fuck You.
And I Want to Fuck Two very vulgar records.
Yeah. One was with them, and the other one was with Snoop.
Right.
And and Universal was saying, you got to move one of the records. And I was like, you laughed in my face when I said this will be the biggest artist of my career. I was like, nah, you guys are going to lose your bonus on this one.
Right. Do you think Akon created Afro beats?
I don't know if he created Afrobeats, but he has a big say in,
He was promoting going to Africa first.
I mean, he's from Africa.
Going back. I'm fucking around. I'm joking around. What's your favorite era of music?
90s.
90s? You remember early 90s or late 90s, middle 90s? Or just the 90s period?
I'm going to say like from 92 to,
Okay. 92 on. Okay. That's where Wu dropped, right?
Well, Wu dropped 93. When did Digital Underground drop?
Oh, that's late 80s.
Late 80s, 89?
89, 90,
yeah.
Okay. What you said? That's when Digital Underground?
And so when you're starting your label and you're saying to go back because it's a big deal, you said you trademarked Street Team?
Right. Yeah, I trademarked Street Team after the label, but yeah, I didn't even want a label, man. I was like, in my late 20s, I was making six figures, and I thought I was rich. Right. I was cool. I would leave the office every day at 3 o'clock.
You were, but at that time, for sure.
I was leaving the office every day at 3 o'clock, go to the park, play ball for 2 hours, come back to the office, do my reports. And somebody said, you got to have a label. I was like, nah, I'm cool. And they ended up calling my father. So I'm in the city. I'm staying at the Hilton Hotel on 54th Street. And he said, I need to talk to you. And no, actually, I wasn't staying at the Hilton. I was staying at my partner, Rich Isaacson's apartment.
Right. This your pops that called you.
Yeah, he goes, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, all right, I'll have lunch with you tomorrow. He goes, no, come to the house now. My dad lived in Long Island, which was 45 minutes. I'm like, Dad, it's 10 o'clock. He goes, I don't give a fuck. Get over here now. He put out the first hip hop record.
Wow.
Yes.
And when my dad talks like that, I really,
Right.
it's not smart to say no to anybody. So I take the Long Island Railroad, take the train, and he said, Paul Marshall called me. I'm like, okay. And he goes, you turned down a label. I'm like, yeah. He goes, you're a fucking idiot. He goes, you know why? I was like, it's not the first time you've called me an idiot. And just like, well, why, Dad? He goes, with the company that you have now, you're doing extremely well, but you're only as good as your last contract. MCA could fire you, Warner Brothers could fire you, you could get fired, and then you're left with your dick in your hand.
All right.
With this, having a record company, you own something. You're making money while you're sleeping.
Right.
Right.
And I couldn't disagree with him on that.
Shout out to your father.